Hello my peeps! Today we are coming at you with one of our favorite video formats, which is newly open places to eat and drink here in Edinburgh. As you can imagine, this time it's super exciting because most of us weren't really expecting anyone to have the guts or money and just like general bravery to open something right now when the lockdown is still technically happening. We still haven't, slid outside of lockdown completely. So good for these people to really be brave enough to bring us new food and drinks, and in some cases old food and drinks, but on new places. Before I start, a little disclaimer. Right now it's not super easy to shoot indoors, so like whenever we went to one of these places, it just felt a bit wrong to really stick around for like a long time, because in most places there's like a limit on how many people can be in, like shopping and browsing, and once you start shooting and taking pictures, it just feels bad, you're essentially making people queue outside waiting for you to stop your weird creative business and sort of. Yeah, so that's why the amount of b-roll we have is not quite, the amount that we want it, but it's still okay. Hopefully you're still gonna love seeing all this delicious food and these cool new places that opened. And with that said, let's move on to our first place, which is Plant Bay. Okay, so this is a plant-based cafe in the Haymarket area, just across the street from the train station. We don't really go to Haymarket very often, but whenever I go there, I'm like mind blown. It's just, there's so many cool places there and kind of like hip places as well. Like right next to Plant Bay is this like really cool hip looking like houseplant store, and then there's this like Vietnamese restaurant / gallery, and yeah, it's just a really cool area to go. So if you're staying in Edinburgh, if you live in Edinburgh in that area, or if you're visiting Edinburgh and you're kind of in the west end of Princess Street, it's just really cool to pop over to the Haymarket station. Anyway, Plant Bay opened pretty much like a week or two ago. It's run by the same people who own Grams, and it's so Instagrammable. It's just like insanely good looking. We had the berry pancakes, and Simon had the full vegan brekkie, which kind of had like, it was like a great taster of everything you can eat for breakfast as a vegan. They also have super tasty coffee, and if you're not a vegan and for any reason you don't like, plant alternatives to milk, they will make you coffee even with dairy milk, and they can also add some eggs to your breakfast if you're that way inclined. So it's kind of like welcoming to both vegans and non-vegans. Either way, it's just a great place to visit if you want to have a really cute picture for your Instagram. Yeah. On the same day that we went to Plant Bay, we clearly didn't have enough fiber in our life, so we also stopped by another new place which is called Kawaii. Kind of like, I feel like I'm saying Kawaii, but no, this is Kawaii, like one of the Hawaiian islands, I believe. Don't quote me on this. So it's a new place that opened in the general Edinburgh University area, so clearly it's targeted at students. It's in the sort of like Bristow Square area where you would normally go for the festival, but like right now, no more festival for the next 11 months. So right now you can just pop over there and get yourself a nice veggie bowl or a nice smoothie. That's what we had, because after all of that plenty brunch stuff, we just didn't really have the space for their amazing looking bowls. By the way, those are priced at about like £7 each, and they look huge. So I think that like if you just want to like fill yourself with large volumes of greens, it seems like the best place to go, really. However, the smoothies, I could definitely fit one at that point inside of me. I had all the greens, I believe, which had apples and celery and spinach and pineapple and mango and chia seeds. Wow, I've memorized this really well. It was a bit sweet, but not too much, just really refreshing. And Simon's one was the berry one, which had some frozen yogurt in it, which kind of made it a bit more desserty. Both of those were a $5, so, you know, that's not cheap, but this was like the smaller size and it was still pretty large. Like, I think that unless you're like super hungry for a smoothie, the small/medium will absolutely do. Next up, we popped down to Broughton Street, which, if you know us, you know that we love that area. It's great for coffee and brunching and shopping for like designy stuff and gifts. Anyway, I'm getting distracted here by all the awesomeness of Broughton Street. There's a new place there called Shinsen Sushi, and it's kind of like, it's not a sit-down sushi place, it's more of like a lunchy place, kind of like a takeaway, right now takeaway. It's a bit like Seoul Sushi down in Newington, or perhaps a tiny bit like when you pop into Yo Sushi for a lunch, but better, because the stuff that they have there, just it all looks delicious. I mean, you're gonna see it in our footage. There's such a great variety of sushi boxes. They also have the onigirasu, kind of like sushi style Japanese sandwich. They also have a really nice wide variety of Japanese desserts, and that to me was like the most important part of this visit, because normally in sushi places in Edinburgh you get like your ice cream mochi and that's it, that's the end of it, and maybe like matcha ice cream. But these guys also stock daifuku, so like mochi with bean paste, like sweet bean paste inside, and they had two flavors. The one we got was the milky coffee, so it was like coffee flavored white sweet bean paste in a mochi, and it was amazing. It made me so happy to have something kind of like slightly weird that I would normally only get in Japan. They also do hot food, so they have noodles, and I believe they have some curry as well. But we went for the sushi because we had to carry it home and we didn't want things to get either soggy or cold. And by the way, their onigirasu goes really well with the chili mayo. Spicy. So our next one is kind of a bittersweet newcomer because, yay, new Bros Bagels in town. But sadly, it replaced our favorite coffee shop on top of Waverley Mall, Williams & Johnson. I think that you can still get Williams & Johnson coffee down in Leith, but unfortunately now we can't get our favorite apple strudel anymore. Instead we have to get fried pickles. Yay! Okay, so it is tragic, but hear me out. Bros Bagels now came with this like new concept. They took their bagels and they toasted them. So, you know, it's not like the most like mind-blowing concept, but it's new and it's amazing. There's a bit of a wait for their broasties, just, you know, Bros Toasties. So I would not recommend planning to pick one up before your train journey. I also mentioned the frickles, the fried pickles, which are amazing. We were waiting for someone to start doing that here in Edinburgh for ages, because like 5 years ago we went to New York City and we went to a pub and they were making deep fried pickles and we were both so enamored by that thing. It's so tasty, you know, and it also comes with an amazing kind of like burger style sauce. I think they call it the rock sauce. I'm thinking about those frickles again now. We will be back. We will be back. if we go back to our general neighborhood, we got a new 12 triangles now. We already lived pretty damn close to that central 12 triangles that's on Brunswick Road, Brunswick Street, but they have decided to once again replace a place that we super loved, which was Manor House on top of Easter Road. So now instead of Manor House, which used to do like really tasty patisserie and some, you know, a bit of like sit-down breakfasting and also really nice sandwiches, now we have something possibly even better. Like, this is like the nicest 12 triangles they've opened so far. It's quite a large space. So compared to the other ones, they were able to like put this whole like table full of fresh produce in the middle, which is now filled with pumpkins. Pumpkins, yay. Can you see the pumpkins? I already have friends like reaching out to me like, please just like cool it with the pumpkins. But I'm not gonna cool it with the pumpkins. Never, haha. Anyway, yeah, so you can get a pumpkin there, you can get a loaf of bread. Still, our favorite one is the sourdough croissant. Yum, 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 yum. They have a great selection of sweet treats. Honestly, I think that they probably have like the widest selection of sweet treats out of all the 12 triangles I went to recently. So that's great for us who live around here. Yeah, there's also a great selection of Scottish-made stuff, you know, so you can get like cheeses and other sort of like pantry basics, and you can also pick up some of their ice cream. Maybe they're doing that just in the summer, but yeah, a nice dairy creamy ice cream. Yum. And our final tip, Mojo Pizza on Katsau Place. This is kind of a new-ish place because I believe that this is technically a rebrand. There used to be kind of a nice looking pizza joint at the same address, and I think that they just weren't quite sure where they were going, and then they decided to just like, screw it, we're gonna make some weird pizzas, we're gonna rebrand, and we're gonna get like the youths in. And honestly, it totally worked on me because I was like, pumpkin pizza. See, I'm nowhere near finishing with the pumpkins. Anyway, yes, we popped in, I saw the pumpkin pizza on the menu, ordered it, and it was the best decision ever because it was like sweet, savory, it has blue cheese on it, it has chili oil on it. Yum! I also really enjoyed the chili arancini, and to be honest, like if you go to a pizza place that's kind of like in your general neighborhood and you get to actually like pick it up and eat it while it's still relatively fresh, that's always gonna make the best pizza anyway, right? There's so many places from my past videos that didn't quite make it through the lockdown. Maybe at some point we will make a video about which places closed.
A food obituary.
Oh my god, yeah. I almost don't want to make that video because it's a bit depressing. But you can ask me in the comments below, and you can also let me know in the comments below which one of these places looked the tastiest to you. Anyway, as always, you can go follow me on KakiBots and KakiBlog on Instagram. I will be releasing some new merch soon, so if you follow me there, you're definitely not gonna miss out on the big news. And I shall see you soon. Thank you for watching, my peeps. You are great.